was to capture Boa Hancock, we were introduced to two different Seraphim, but there's gotta be a strong possibility that there are even more with very different physical forms and powers. The two that have been shown so far have the appearance of two ex-warlords. The first that appeared in the chapter had their face covered in shadows, but at the end of the chapter we were revealed to have seen the Seraphim that looked like a very young Boa Hancock. And we didn't see her fight, but we did see her shoot lasers from the palm of her hand. This Seraphim Hancock is also very, very durable and incredibly strong because the Amazon women were not even able to put a scratch on her body, despite the fact that the Amazon warriors are very powerful and were fighting her for quite a while. Now, the very little that we do know about these powerful cyborg children is that the Seraphim are the new pacifista units developed by the Marines Special Science Group, also known as the SSG, and it's being led by the world's greatest scientist, Dr. Vegapunk. These weapons were created with the intention of replacing the original 7 warlords as one of the 3 great powers in the world, and it's for this reason that they seem to have a very similar appearance to the former warlords of the sea. However, there is a possibility that the SSG might not just stop there with the appearance of the warlords, but rather also go after other pirates, such as the Straw Hats themselves, or even Shanks' crew, because they don't use devil fruits. This would enable the SSG to create skilled Seraphim from Shanks, Ben Beckman, Lucky Roo, Yasopp, among other powerful pirates of his crew that we haven't even learned about, making the Seraphim all the more powerful and deadly. Now, one thing we don't know about these Seraphim is how much hockey they really seem to have, because we saw that Teach was able to use a hockey-coated arm to stop an attack from a Seraphim Mihawk. But if they did hockey, and if it were to be strong enough to compare with the hockey of Shanks' crew, or even just come really, really close, these Seraphim would be as strong as the original pirates because they would have the additional modifications. And because of these other abilities and the technology being put into them, they would use their hockey in a much more efficient way. Maybe not the same way as the original users, for example, like Roger and Shanks, because they're the pirates with the highest level of hockey that we've seen so far. They became great and well-known pirates, recognized for knowing how to use the full potential of the 3 hockey versions that one can possess. I mean, Shanks is able to nullify an enemy's observation hockey, preventing them from ever being able to predict his movements. So if there were ever to be a Seraphim Shanks, this would be something that they might not be able to replicate because of the immense amount of control one would need to have over their hockey to do what Shanks can do. The same would go for any Seraphim made from Roger, and in fact, we don't even know how these cyborgs are created, but everything indicates that it's through the DNA or the lineage factor of these pirates. I mean, we have seen that King was experimented on by the world government scientists, and it could have been our very Dr. Vegapunk at the head of the research team. So the research may have used King's DNA as a baseline form to create the cyborg, but then Vegapunk may have used the warlord's DNA to further enhance the machines, giving them the ability to use those pirates' techniques.